So I did start the stream, but Discord is muted at the moment. So let me know when you guys are ready, and I'll unmute and get started. All right. All right, we are unmuted.
Da, 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 da. Welcome to the stream, everybody.
What's up, dorks?
We're just all a bunch of nerds. It's okay.
That's right. Wind up your Discord. It's time for Star Wars.
It's time for Star Wars Manifest.
Fuck that up. That's the wrong
Yeah,
one.
what he said.
I will say, I don't love
That's not true. You should love it, Mark.
I do not love. On how do I add you to the fucking?
You add me to the fucking by asking nicely.
Oh,
Interesting.
These are the jokes, people.
These are the jokes.
All right, but yeah.
Yeah.
No, nothing. So, are y'all ready to?
Yes.
All right. Sorry, I was distracted creating NPCs on the record.
I see.
I have finished my food. I am ready.
Excellent.
So, when last we left off, the party had split into a few different sort of groups to go out and explore the town. We had the team of Mira, Pitter Patter, and Kanor Seajack, the latter of which was tripping balls on illicit substances that he had consumed in an ill-advised fashion and had been dragged over to the town medic.
it's a bad trip, man.
They arrived and were immediately administered care by the town's resident medical professional, Smiley, a medical droid who was, through a series of mechanical and software-related accidents, stuck in the pediatric care setting, which allowed him to be purchased by the organic doctor in town for a heavy, heavy discount. So he is an excellent doctor. Friendly reminder, he is capable of instantly removing, for a fee, moderate consequences if you get injured in combat. That is something on approximately the level of like a stab wound or a broken arm. So he...
I could just imagine someone coming in who's got the clap.
Well, howdy there, little buckaroo. Oh, looks like you got a bad case of the cooties there.
Yeah.
You were instantly put into a ketamine-induced coma, essentially, and knocked unconscious so that your system could be flushed out from whatever it is that you took.
Gotcha.
Where you were then sedated also as you attempted to violently resist having a flavorless sucrose lollipop shoved into your mouth.
Ew.
I mentioned flavorless sucrose lollipop because his hardware that allows him to make lollipops for his good little buckaroos and buckarettes was broken. And our resident tinkerer, Pitter Patter, didn't like that very much. So they went off in search of the organic doctor who actually owns the clinic. They did in fact find them in a locked room in the back, which they promptly broke into.
Oh dear.
Appeared to be an older man, like light tan skin, hint of an accent that can't readily be identified to like a certain planet, but older, maybe by this point approaching his like late 40s, early 50s. And basically ordered you to get out as he doesn't see patients anymore.
Oh.
But did agree to refund your treatment from Doc Smiley if she just basically, or if Pitter Patter basically just agreed, leave my presence and stop asking about whether or not you're allowed to repair my robot. I don't give a shit about repairing the robot. It does its job just fine. I don't care what this is or why you're doing this. Please leave.
Reminds me of the doctor on Deadwood.
Oh, gee, I wonder what show I
Oh.
fucking binged before writing a Star
Oh
Wars
my
themed
God.
cowboy game.
He's been sending me Deadwood clips for weeks.
Oh, gee, Greg, I wonder where you got that idea. I wear my inspiration on my sleeve, everyone.
No, you're kidding.
So.
I love that show, by the way.
Remember, a DM is only as good as the obscurity of the thing that he's ripping off.
Facts.
If you pay close attention to the map that I use for like the overall town layout, you'll recognize it's literally just the overhead map from Deadwood.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah, and several of the buildings, if you're paying attention, are like a 1-for-1 copy.
Oh yeah, look at
But
that.
either way, at that point, they were interrupted by the sound of basically a blaring alarm announcing outriders from the outside of town. We cut over to the team of Cole Monteris. I read that as Cole Montana for a second.
Yep, that's it.
And I was like, did you change your name to be even more cowboy-y?
No.
The organic doc sounds like he's... Hey, that's New Zealand to you. But yeah. Cole Montaris and Sharindura.
Yeah.
The two of them, the previous day, I believe it was, had basically spotted or the previous session, same day, had noticed that the prisoner that the sheriff was carrying into town from sneaking around the property of the governor's mansion was giving them a real, just shady look. The two of them talked their way into the back of the jail by speaking to the deputy out front. And upon speaking to him, discovered that he is actually one of the natives of this planet. A tall, bare-chested, fairly muscular-built man. Most notable feature is sort of grayish-blue skin with large carapace-like protrusions of crystal exiting from his skin.
Oh.
Again, think less bone spikes and more like, not armor, but like horn, I guess. Just like a protrusion or a carapace that looks like it's naturally growing from his body.
His mother was an armadillo.
More likely his mother was a geode.
His mother was an alien.
So
But
his father was the geode.
yes, of course. You've solved the crime. He told them that he was interested in them because he could sense the two of them both bore a spark, and that he himself was once a spark bearer, but had since lost his spark, and hopes to reclaim it. And that he was at the governor's mansion because the governor or someone in that mansion is the bearer of what he called a false spark. Piecing that together, our own Sharindura actually managed to figure out that the only two things they have in common, meaning Char and Cole, are that they are both force wielders and that they have a lightsaber, which contains a glowing crystal as its power source. And that is likely what he's referring to. Unfortunately, they were shortly after cut off, once again, by the sound of the alarm warning of the Outriders. In the meantime, Kazron was actually hiding out and sort of laying low close to the ground, as the previous night, when paying a visit to Eldie's place, the local den of working girls and ill repute, taking in a show and finding a quiet corner to hide out and get drunk in where he wouldn't be noticed. Because he thought to himself, basically, it's a building that is designed for everyone to look in one direction at something a lot more distracting than me, so it's probably the only place in this town where I can get a peaceful drink at the moment.
Yeah, pretty much.
I like the logic.
I was wrong.
He was at that point, felt someone brush against him, and when he gathered his wits about him, his lightsaber was missing.
Yeah, that kind of pissed me off.
It appears that someone had pickpocketed him and escaped out the back door, to which he gave chase, following them up onto the roof of one of the neighboring buildings, and attempting to engage them in combat by seizing them with the Force. However, it appears that whoever he was fighting had listen, maybe it was just a run of bad luck. Maybe you're out of practice. It's been a while since you've actually had to do this. Maybe the person already knew how to fight a force wielder, but they managed to counter your force pull instantly into a leg sweep. Following a brief physical exchange, they once again managed to flee, but not before pinning you to the wall with a thrown vibroblade dagger, a weapon that is very expensive and the mark of a trained professional. You don't walk around with one of those unless you're very good at using it. They promptly gave him a strange salute, the likes of which he still doesn't know what to make of, but dropped his lightsaber back onto the roof, untampered with and unharmed, save for a note that simply read, "I'm glad my instincts did not betray me. I will make contact soon, my lord."
That still gives me fucking chills, bro. Oh.
You then basically paid one of the girls downstairs and handed her a stack of credits and said, "Half of this is for you and I to go up to that room for the night, lock ourselves in, and not leave until sunlight. The other half of this is for you to take the night off and lie to everybody that we were in there together, and you say whatever the fuck you want about what we did."
Mm-hmm.
Hunker down. Picture, for those of you in the know, the scene in Breaking Bad where Jesse is hiding out in the motel and just like shiftily staring out the window.
Yes. Basically.
As I said, was called out by... He'd basically been there long enough that it was starting to look weird.
What up, Sonic? How you
and
doing today?
Alarm sounds, Outriders coming. The sheriff was trying to urge all of you to get inside some sort of cover and stay out of this. Like, I've dealt with these people before. I know how to talk us out of this and diffuse the situation, as long as no one does anything fucking stupid. And then the Empire showed up. And they did something stupid.
And as we all know, they always do something stupid.
They proceeded to shirk any kind of diplomacy and basically just say, "Hey, this is our town, so fuck off." The Outriders didn't like that. So the Empire opened fire on them. Most of them hooked a corner and tried to retreat further into the town, approaching some other destination. That's where the Empire followed, or the stormtroopers followed, and pretty much left you and the rest of the town to deal with this shit, which is a bunch of them who have made their way onto the main street, which has been locked down with essentially storm shutters, and they're now attempting to use what look like modified power tools, basically, to rip open the blast shields, get inside, and, well, if you guys are doing your job, we're not going to find out, will we?
We'll see.
Sheriff is currently aiding you in a shootout with them, but it's not looking good for our compatriots here. You all pretty much have this entire main street to do whatever you want with. The exception being Greg, who is going to be starting in the building that I placed him in. Y'all just have free reign. Place your characters where you would like them. Wherever in the town you think your character would be starting.
We have to unlock the token movement.
How do I do that? Give me a second. There we go.
Yeah, you did it.
Yeah.
Okay, so we were here next to the. Where the fuck is the sheriff?
Didn't we get rid of one of them?
You did, and I'm putting him on the map now.
Weren't we all crowded around him?
Not all of us. I think
Oh.
Shard crossed the street to help one of
Yeah,
the
I'm trying to get him in the house.
around.
Is it the N? Is that the sheriff?
The N is the sheriff, yes.
What's his name again?
Oh, his name is...
Nanook? No.
I don't
It
think
doesn't actually start with an N. That's just a weird
What
thing
It
it's
was
doing.
Heron or something, right?
His name is...
Shika Slim Shady.
Let's see. Give me a sec. I have this in here.
I feel like it was Heron. Something. Started with an H.
Do I just have my notes? I might just have that written down in here. Oh, it's in my Google Docs. I'm looking at my notes folder. Come on.
Heron. That's it. Found it in my notes.
There you go. Yes. His name is Kenneth Harrand. Kenth Harrand.
Uh-huh.
The blunt and jaded town sheriff. He wants to do better by the people in town, but seems a bit overwhelmed at the moment because of all the different things pulling on his moral compass. The last you talked to him, I believe, just based on like your own intuition, more than any kind of formal role, you seemed unsure of what to do with him, mostly because of the fact that the Empire is here and any authority figure needs to be a bit at arm's length. But you did get that he was basically under a lot of pressure from the governor of this town, but he seems like just a genuine kind of salt of the earth guy. That's a cool lightsaber.
Yes.
So that's what your lightsaber looks like.
Yes.
Nice. Are the LEDs powered by your kyber crystal, or are those separate LED gamer lights?
Powered by the kyber crystal when I turn it.
Okay, so that's only when you turn it on. It's not glowing normally.
Yes.
Yeah.
Otherwise, that's pretty big beacon I'd be wearing.
Yeah. Well, as I said, we can start off. There are currently 5 of these guys. They're a little bit tougher than the NPCs you fought previously of just like the generic mooks. Once again, these are actual like hardened criminals who have actual stats to compete with you. They also have aspects and flaws. Pretty much anywhere on the map that you see a horse or a carriage that's drawn in here, assume that is like a hover skiff or a bike.
Yeah.
Like it is a vehicle of some kind.
Okay.
Right.
Neat.
Other than that, pretty much the floor is made of more or less a giant sheet of sheet metal. All of the buildings are covered in basically a fold-down blast shield, think a hurricane window, and we will reveal environmental aspects as they become relevant.
Okay.
But for now, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, that Shar was the last one to go. Is that true?
Yes, I was trying to get this man to a hospital after I beat him up.
Which man? Wait, you're taking the bad guy to the hospital?
Yeah.
Apparently, the hospital's on the other side of town.
No,
This
fucking-
is just the main street. It's not the entire town.
Right.
Yeah, I was trying to convince his buddy to like not shoot at us while I like let his friend go to the hospital.
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna ask you for a rapport roll there.
You already did in the last session.
Oh, what did you get?
I hadn't. Basically, like I succeeded with style on the thing that I was trying to do beforehand. So instead of a rapport, my extra bonus aspect thing was like, or I had a boost to rapport on the guy, but that was the end of my turn.
Okay. So remember that. Kazron, did you move yourself, or is that where you're choosing to start?
That's where I'm choosing to start.
Cool.
I don't remember what I did last.
Then we're gonna go to the bad guy's turn here.
Okay.
I'm gonna say this guy, the one's in front of you, number 2.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
3, 2, 2. What the fuck? Why do you betray me? Yeah. He, I think, is gonna see you, and he's gonna start stepping towards you. He's not quite as tall as you, but he is as wide as he is tall.
Okay.
Just big, burly-looking guy. He's holding. Have you ever seen one of those buzz saws that's used to like cut through concrete?
Mm-hmm.
He's holding like the space version of one of those.
Mhm.
Okay.
Is more what he's using. He is straight up gonna see you, kind of look you up and down. I think he's gonna look you up and down. He's gonna rev this thing up. I think he basically says, he like jerks his head up at like the large billowy black hooves that you were wearing, and he asks if those things are hard to keep clean. And he wants to know, since he's going to be using them as a necktie, and he's going to have to wash the blood out of them pretty soon.
Oh, is that right?
I'd love for
And
him to
he's gonna
try.
he's gonna swing this thing and try and take your head off.
He just might.
So, and let me add his stat here. So that's going to be a 5 against an opposed whatever you want roll.
Jesus.
I'm fucked.
So remember, this can be, if you want to roll fight, that is like you're putting up your elbows to try and block him. If you want to roll athletics or acrobatics to dodge out of the way. If you want to just basically lean your shoulder into it and just try and take it through sheer force of will, that'd be a physique. You can also try using the force. You can also try using the force about it.
Yeah, I was thinking either force or fight.
Also, for future reference, if you happen to like either know something about an NPC or just want to just give it a try, I'll let you oppose a fight roll with like rapport or provoke to basically just be like, wait, what about your mother? To just try and make them stop. Like, wait, what about my mother?
She a bitch, and then you kick him in the shins.
Yeah, you could. Yeah, exactly. I will let you oppose a fight roll with just like dramatically shouting something and seeing if it stops him.
I'm gonna go on oppose with fight,
Okay.
just because I don't think with everything that's gone on, Kazron's not about to just pull the force out. Like,
Oh yeah, friendly reminder, the first time you tried to use the force last night, you overshot it trying to wall jump and accidentally punched a hole almost through a brick wall.
right, that's what I'm saying. With everything that's been going on, Kazron's a little force shy right now. So he's gonna go ahead and rely on his...
It happens to the best of us as we age.
Wow. You went there. So just, son of a bitch.
Okay. So, you have a choice to make here.
I know. I don't like my choices.
Do you want to use an aspect to gain a +2 or reroll? Or do you want to succeed at... No, can you... I forget, Ben, on an opposed fight roll, can you succeed at cost?
I don't know.
I'm going to look that up, but in the meantime, you should decide...
No, the cost is just you take the stress.
Oh yeah, no, you're correct. So yeah, do you want to either take the stress boxes? Which, reminder, stress boxes are not necessarily damage. That is your ability to basically juke out of the way and not actually get hit or block the hit with physical like kind of block about it.
The stress boxes
but
are
it's
like
gonna
temporary hit points.
Yeah, it's your shield.
The consequences are like your actual hit points.
That is exactly correct. Yes. Thank you, Ben.
Yeah.
But do you want to do that, or do you want to try to use an aspect? Reminder that if you use an aspect, you'll have the ability to either tie with him, which I think means 0, or potentially you could beat him. And if you beat him, because you do have a better fight skill than him, you might succeed with style and get to retaliate.
Punch him in the dick.
I'm gonna try... but what aspect?
I don't know. What aspects do you have?
I have my training.
So you're a contract killer.
I've fucked up before and gotten into a couple of scrapes where it's like I missed the target and it was like, oh fuck, now I actually have to fight you.
You're a former Sith apprentice and contract killer. Yeah, you can have a force 2. You can have a +2 to this or a reroll, whichever you want to do. To basically just say like, no, I'm better than this.
I'm gonna go ahead and re-roll, even though I'm probably fucking myself up.
Hell yeah, do it.
Oh yeah, totally fucked myself over.
Far worse.
Far worse.
Far worse. I did say, and I'm gonna stick by this, that at least for now, I kind of like the idea of not punishing you by saying you can do worse with an aspect than... Like, you're still going to spend the fate point, so -1 fate point, but I don't like the idea of you using an aspect to get worse.
So where do I subtract the fate point from?
I don't think you have them as a token. I think you just remember, like, I have 2.
You can invoke spending another fate point.
Oh, yeah, you can. That is true. You just can't use the same aspect.
Right. You can use all of your fate points for one roll if you can have different aspects about it, if you really wanted to.
No, I'm going to take this stress.
Character sheet at the bottom, there's a place to track fate points.
Yeah.
But yeah, just
I think at this point I'm going to take the stress.
No water.
Like, I'm going to take whatever the bad shit is.
Just checking, how do we all feel about...
He needs a melatonin.
How do we feel about what I said as far as the damage of, like, Because otherwise you would be taking 4 shifts instead of 2. Do you guys like the idea of it being a bit less crunchy in terms of combat, but we get to play around with the aspect system more?
Yeah.
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 I'm game.
All right, so then Greg, or
Yes.
David, or Kazran,
Mhm.
whoever you are, please
That
take
dude.
4. Please take 4 shifts worth of damage. This is the
Okay.
first time we're interacting with the actual health mechanics of the game. So,
Mhm.
quick recap here. You have your you have your stress boxes. That is, you have a 2 and a 1. You have to take 4.
So that's all of them.
No, because you didn't take 2 or 1, you took 4. So that means that you are immediately gonna jump to taking a consequence.
Okay.
Is that not am I wrong on that?
Hold on, I was out of the room for a second. What did he do?
He opted to take the 4 shifts worth of damage, and I said
Why?
because he doesn't want to spend another fate point to use another aspect, so he's like, well, fuck, I guess I'm just gonna eat this.
Well, you got a 3 and they got a 5, right? That's only
Yeah, but I was asking the group's opinion of revoking my rule about you can't use an aspect to get worse. It's
Yeah, no, we
gonna
don't.
be.
No, I thought that was fine.
Yeah.
Wait, I
Oh, wait, so wait,
misunderstood the
which-
question
Alright,
then.
which one did you? Oh, so you're saying do it as it's a bit less crunchy.
Yeah, do the
Okay,
thing
cool.
you
Yeah.
were already
Then
saying
in
you
that
wanted to
case,
do.
cool. Then in that case, Kazaron, just take the last stress box in the list, which is the 2 stress box. If you take over, so you see how you have 2 physical stress boxes.
Mhm.
I'm gonna do it for you. Look, boom,
Okay.
like that.
Okay.
So basically, if you take 3 damage from another
Mhm.
attack,
Yeah.
you go straight to taking a consequence.
Okay.
But if you take 1, or let's say you take 100 damage, right? You get all 4 of your limbs chopped off, and then take 1 shift of damage. You can just take that 1 shift box without taking another consequence. Because that's what your shields essentially have a capacity to do.
Okay, that's weird, but I understand.
It is weird, but it allows you to get creative in terms of how you slough off damage.
Yeah, it's not like a shield, like a literal shield.
No,
it's
I
like,
got that. Yeah.
Like when in Star Wars, a blaster bolt will immediately kill a mook, like with a single pistol shot. But like Han Solo can take a blaster bolt to the shoulder and keep going because he's the hero.
Yeah. It is your ability as the it is your plot armor. How's that sound?
Yeah,
It is your
that's
plot
literally
armor.
it.
Yeah.
We
Makes
just have
sense.
a limited and mechanically quantifiable amount of plot armor.
Plot armor. I like that. I've never heard that before.
Have you
Really?
never heard the term plot armor?
Nope.
It's very ubiquitous in
Yeah, of
Or
like,
the-
oh, logically this character should have died. The only reason he won that fight is because of plot armor. I mean, have it for free if you never heard it. It's a great, it's an amazing narrative term.
Fantastic. I don't know royalties.
Now, normally, the way I do the initiative is leapfrog style. Whoever just did the turn can pick whoever they want to go next, as long as that person has not gone in combat yet. I am going to override that this once because our own Kanor Seajack missed the last session, and I want to just insert him in here as an excuse to get him into the action.
Fair enough.
Kanor, you in the last, to your point of view, like 10 minutes, right? Went from a feeling of invincibility and flying and a profound oneness with the universe, but also feeling like you're floating above it, to a horrible nightmarescape where every sensation was cranked up to 11. You could smell time and taste colors.
Oof.
It felt like there were bees in your teeth.
Bad trip.
You were then dragged across town by the two least physically capable members of the party of carrying a grown man across town. So I'm imagining they each got one of your legs on their shoulders and just drug you by the head.
Oh, sure.
Like a reverse wheelbarrow.
I think it just probably shoved him over the side of the robot, had the robot carry him.
So it's a bit like when you strap a rolled up carpet to the hood of a sedan.
Ah.
Or the roof of a sedan, including the bungee cords. Or just put a ratchet strap across his forehead.
Oh, great.
You wake up. The last thing you remember is a robot attempting to force feed you a lollipop. You wake up. You are basically swaddled in a giant, like, cloth egg. And you are being slowly rocked back and forth like a baby in the loving, caring, pneumatic arms of Doc Smiley as he hums a lullaby.
Is that right?
And says that your mommy and daddy are going to be back for you any minute, and they're going to be so proud of what a brave little cowpoke you are.
I think I see what's going on here. Why don't you put me down, partner?
He's alrighty then. Does someone have to use the little Buccaneers room?
Where do I pay my bill?
Oh, don't you remember? I guess you was out like a light. Your two little friends went and go and talked to the doc and got your payment covered for you.
Much obliged. Tip my hat, and I will walk out of the saloon and immediately spit out the lollipop.
Greg, well, immediately you walk out of the saloon, or you walk out of the
doctor's office.
And comically, it's like, well, it's like, wonder if it's still too late to pick up the rest of that shift. A blaster bolt hits comically like an inch from your face.
Ooh.
As you see that there is a just full gunfight going on. It's very possible that you walked out basically in time to see the back of that one guy's shoulder explode as he was shot by the sheriff. So you're just looking at that. What do you want to do?
Let me take up a position.
Mm-hmm.
How far away is number 4? Can I get to number 4 and grapple him?
You know what? I'm gonna say that just with your movement, yes, it's possible for you to just move over there. I think this main street that you're on is small enough that we don't need to divide this up into like specific zones. We can just say, yeah, with your movement action, you can just cross and get to him. So what do you want to do to him again?
I want to get to him, because he's gonna have his back to me, right?
Yeah. At this point, he's sort of kind of not put down the tool he was using, but he's kind of got it like resting on his hip, and he's debating on basically, do I keep following orders to like do what I was doing, or do I grab my gun and start shooting at these fucks?
Well, I'll make the decision for him. I'm gonna go, hey, grab him by the shoulder and just put a haymaker right across his left face.
So you're doing a full Indiana Jones 1950s like crossface haymaker.
Oh yeah.
Okay, give him the old 1-2. The old 1-2 buckle my shoe. Roll me a fight roll.
Fight roll coming right up.
Opposed.
Opposed? What's that mean?
He's gonna roll against you, and
okay,
the difference between your two rolls is gonna be how much damage he takes.
Ooh.
Alright, so let's see here. Okay, so yes, pitter patter. That is exactly what has happened. Bravissimo.
Backhand punch.
So I gave him a nice right cross, and he's just standing there, probably smiling at me.
So let's see.
What did you get? Oh, you only got a 2. Oh no.
I believe he succeeded by 2, so he doesn't succeed with style.
No.
Let's see here.
Yeah, I tried that trick with the white one and it didn't work.
Damn.
Well, a little bit.
No, it's just super dry.
Yeah, they're done.
Okay.
Yeah, I
What?
think he just takes no damage here.
Okay.
Normally, yeah.
However badly I'm doing, at least he's not shooting.
No,
at my...
well, he doesn't get like a bonus where he gets to like headbutt you and break your nose.
Good.
Is there now? I remind you, you can use an aspect here. You have the fate points. You can do it.
Let's see. One of my what of my aspects? Where do I find those on my sheet?
So it is the first thing on your sheet. You have that you are a space trucker and a terrible lifelong gambler.
Yes.
I'm willing to give it to you, basically to just say like the kind of lifestyle that I have led. This is not my first fist fight.
Correct.
You're not even saying that you're particularly good at this. But or you know what? I'll tell you what. Here's how we'll do this. Because he was looking the other way, like debating on whether or not to help his friends, I will let you basically invoke that he was distracted.
Yeah.
If you spend a fate point.
Okay, I will spend a fate point. Where are my fate points?
It should be at the bottom of your sheet. They said, yeah, it's so mark down. I'll do it for you. You have 3. You have a refresh of 3. That means that at basically every session, you're gonna reset to that, including if you gain more, which you can do. But mark yourself down to 2 at the moment.
2 current.
You have 2 current. Yes.
There we go.
Come on, man.
All right. So.
I do believe that's my turn.
Fantastic. It's going to go to that same guy you just attacked.
Oh, okay. So he's going to hit me back. Well,
he's just
I guess I had it coming.
He's going to attempt to pick you up.
What?
Yeah, he's going to turn around, and it's one of those where, as he sort of stands up to like his full height, he's a little bit taller and a little bit broader than you thought he was. It's like and he's going to like drop what he's holding and just grab you by the shoulders and just fully attempt to throw you.
Oh, he just might succeed.
And let's see. Can I use his physique? Or does it need to be... No, physique is not actually used to harm people. Ooh, you know what? I can use it, however. I can use it to create an advantage. So he's not going to try and directly hurt you. He is going to try to give you the status of locked down. So he's basically going to grapple you and attempt to just bear hug you.
Okay.
So let's see what the thing is for that.
This doesn't even work either.
Okay, Ben, I'm trying my best. No, I'm kidding.
You're not trying your best?
Never.
Broad range and difference.
Damn.
I think we just do this as a defend roll. So, Make whatever roll you would attempt to use to defend against this.
That would be an
So-
athletics roll, and I have 0 in athletics.
So you're just trying to well, no, because remember, it doesn't have to be athletic. It's athletics if you want to duck under his arms and roll out of the way. It's fight if you want to try and kick him in the balls. It can be provoke if you just want to say something weird and try and get him to stop. What? It can be any number of things.
You're
It's
cutting out
whatever-
really bad, Luke. I don't know if he's heard any of that.
I heard it all.
Is this a little bit better? Is this a little bit better? Hello, hello, hello. Testing, testing.
Yes, that's much better.
Unless it's
I was saying that it is only athletics if you would like to dodge out of the way. If you want to do something like kick him in the balls, it would be a fight roll. If
Oh,
you
I
wanna-
want to
you
hit
wanna
him back.
point-
Let's
if you
do a
wanna-
fight roll.
If you want to point over his shoulder and go, wait, what the hell is that? And try and get him to turn around, I'll let you go for either a bluff or a provoke.
You know, I was thinking about doing that, but I think I'd rather just. I prefer a straight fight to all this sneaking around.
Fantastic. So we're going to roll opposed. Thanks. Roll your fight roll, please, sir. Ooh.
We tied. It's a push.
We tie. So he does not get the situational aspect he was hoping for. So you are not locked down, but he has to get a boost. So you're not fully grappled by him. He doesn't have you in the full bear hug. But I'm gonna say he's. Let's think about the mechanics of this. So he's trying to basically grab you, and you just went to basically either try and headbutt him or punch him again. I'm gonna say he basically gets just a boost to. He's gonna get a boost on this, because Can we say you're locked into this fight?
I would say so.
So basically, if you try and fight another opponent or run away from the situation or something of the sort, he might have the ability to go, nah, he's focused on me, so the minute he takes his eyes off me, I've got him.
Right.
Something of that sort.
Okay.
So I'm gonna put, alrighty, so, it is back to the allies' turn. Please, if you would, just go ahead and tell me, or what do you call it? Go ahead and tell me, who do you want to go next?
Who, me?
Yeah, that's how the Leapfrog initiative system works. It's whoever has not gone yet that you want to go next. So if anyone's like, oh, I have a really sick combo move I can do, we can absolutely just do that.
Oh, okay. Well, I don't have a combo move like that, but Pitter Patter, have you gone yet?
No, I haven't.
All right, then you're next.
Okay. So last I remember, I was shooting at the guy across the street. Or
That's
trying.
right. You are one of the only
Start.
players here, or perhaps the only player who has a gun.
That's not true.
No, Kaynor definitely has.
I have a
shooting
gun.
one of his high skills.
I said one of.
I also have a gun because I gave it the lightsaber.
Hey,
Oh,
Luke,
damn, that's true. Okay.
half this party has a gun, I think.
Oh, so it's just the two of you freaks. Or the
Yeah,
three of you.
guns are an uncivilized weapon.
I don't think Kazron has a gun.
Yeah, that's what I said. It's just you three and your fucking disco sticks.
You're just jealous that you don't have a more civilized weapon.
Bitch, I'm God. I have all the civilized weapons. And the uncivilized ones, too.
Yeah, those are the people we're fighting.
I haven't been to a rave since 1998.
That's the year I was born.
About 9 months before I was born.
Because, it's not that I would have stopped you from going to a rave, because that means having been didn't stop you from going to a rave.
I just thought of that. Yeah, that math.
So,
Yeah, that math is
according to
fucking
my
funny.
notes, last time the guy with the buzzsaw was coming at me, but I guess now he's going after Kanor. Which is fine.
Remember, what did it specifically say number 4 on there?
And I don't have in my notes which number it was.
No,
Just
so
the,
that would be number 5. There are multiple of these enemies that are wielding these giant buzzsaw things. Basically,
Okay.
they came here to use them to cut through the blast shields and rob the place. Getting into a fight with all of you was incidental to that.
Okay, makes sense. Because I want to leave this fight with at least one of those in my possession.
Oh my god.
Right on.
I want to add it to the robot. So seeing as number wait, hold on. Okay, so I have confirmation that number 5 has one, so I guess I'm shooting at him.
So you're kind of leaning out from behind the sheriff in order to start firing at him.
Yeah.
Excellent.
I was interested in dealing with the guy that was shooting with at Shar, but now I don't know which one that was. But I do want
Number two was the one who was engaged with well, sorry. Technically there's a guy just on the ground right now bleeding out.
Okay. He's not my concern.
That was the one that Shar was like engaged in figuring out how to get medical attention to.
Yeah.
Number 2, the one fighting Kazron, was the one that was next to him, and like I said, he's now fighting Kazron, but has a boost on like talking to Shar at some point. But number 5 is the one that you're like immediately focusing your energy on.
Okay. Yeah, it seems like Kazron probably has that handled. So I'm gonna target the guy with the buzzsaw because I'm gonna need him to drop that.
Okay, so
One of
do
those
you
is-
want to? Okay, so now are you going to? Because remember, there are different types of actions here. If you want to just shoot his hand or the gun and just make him drop it, you can absolutely do that. It would just be creating an advantage rather than fight.
Okay.
Like if you didn't care as much about like I'm going to kill this man, and it's more just I'm going to knock the tool out of his hand because I want it.
Yeah, I definitely want that, and the killing him is secondary. So I don't particularly care about killing them. I just feel like I've been granted permission to do it because the sheriff is the one who shot first amongst our group.
No, this is cowboy rules. If there was any ambiguity of like, is this guy gonna be one of those that's like, you know, I don't like the way y'all do things in my town, just dropping bodies willy nilly and blah blah blah. No, this is fully like, listen, you don't start none, it won't be none. Stay strapped or get clapped, kids.
Hey, as far as Pitter Patter is concerned, the sheriff is the person who knows the most about this situation, and so he is the current leader of said situation. So I'm following what he's doing, and he shot to kill. So I'm allowed to do that also. But I do also want that buzzsaw. So like that imperative is slightly second place to what I actually want right now.
So do you want to try and create an advantage to make him drop the weapon?
Yes.
All right, so we're gonna do. I think he's gonna go with athletics to try and just dodge out of the way, or like flatten himself to the wall, rather than get shot.
I think rather than actually just shooting him, I want to do like a little invention thing where I pull something out, and instead of like an actual like pew pew gun, it's instead like a bola gun, and I shoot it at him to like tie him up in a bola.
Oh, so like a net gun.
Well, the bolas, you know, like the 2 balls on a string.
Yeah, no, I get you. But it's like so effectively, yeah, you're firing that out of like a cannon of some sort.
Yeah. Pull that out of a miscellaneous pocket. Don't worry about it.
Sure, you can have limited hammer space. And I only say that because I already established that all of your blasters come equipped with a stun option, and this is basically the same thing.
And also, where else do you think I keep all those different chunks and sizes of metal clearly in my pockets?
I mean, this is also,
Organization system.
being fair, this bolas could very well just be two large, like, lug nuts tied together with a bit of copper wire.
Yeah. Make do. Get creative.
But yeah, so either way, he's going to attempt to dodge. So it's going to be shoot, because shoot covers thrown weapons as well, versus his athletics.
Very well. I think I'm gonna have to make my shoot better at some point.
God, yeah.
Do you want to use an aspect?
Sure. I want to use. I don't know what one to use. Would. Hold on. What are the current aspects we have active on the field? We don't have that little page popped up.
Oh yeah.
No. Where do I find that, Ben?
It's in the notes section. I made that earlier.
Notes.
Scene aspects. I found it.
Where?
Notes
Player
section.
notes.
What's that?
Under player notes.
It's in the notes section.
Oh, I see. Yes, shielded buildings and unattended speeders. The bandits are well trained and poorly organized. Now, so remember, you can also invoke one of his flaws if you want, but I don't know if it applies here, but it is something worth remembering.
Okay.
Well, badly organized, like he could be distracted. So like he's busy chainsawing something open, and you shoot at him.
Yeah.
I would counter that by saying he's well trained. Poorly organized, I meant they don't work very well together.
Oh, okay.
Like, they're not a cohesive military unit that knows exactly how to, like, crash and raid a town. This is like, they're a bunch of guys doing stuff.
In that case, can I use... seeing as the bull is not working too well, can I just, like, click on the power button for the closest unattended speeder and set that at him instead?
I'm going to say that's probably a separate action.
Okay.
But I love the energy. Let me just say that first and foremost. Yes.
Okay. So I'm not sure what aspect I would use in that case to help this situation.
You know what? I'm trying to think if this is too much of a stretch here. Basically, I think it's a combination of the fact that they're not... It's basically like, we can say there are unattended speeders that we can say he just trips over one, and that gives you your +2.
Mm. Yeah, I suppose. He is standing right next to two of them. And he did try to dodge the way out of the bullet's range, so...
Oh, remember, also, you can also succeed at a minor cost. That is another thing you can do.
Yeah, sure. Let's do that. I'll succeed at a minor cost.
Okay, the minor cost would be...
You could say that they succeeded at shooting the thing out of his hand, but now that guy's aggroed on you.
I think that was going to happen regardless. I was just going to say...
Maybe multiple of them are aggroed on you now.
Honestly, I was gonna say maybe he drops it, but the robot that already is kind of on the fritz just kind of kaputs.
Oh.
I don't know if that's because it already has a minor cost, so it's kind of upgrading it to a major cost.
Oh, your
little spider boy.
The event, like the roll, or the...
No, so their little spider boy has a minor consequence that basically says pricey repairs are going to be needed soon.
Yeah.
I was going to say because you're firing this out of it, maybe it succeeds in hitting him, but it basically just goes kind of kaput, and it's going to go from like, oh, it'll work, but you might need to repair it soon, to no, you just need to repair it now. Like, it's not going to work until you do this.
That seems like a major cost.
Yeah, we can just say it's aggro. We're gonna say it's aggroed on you. Like maybe he gets it knocks it out of his hand and ties it down, so he can't use it. It's jammed up, but he's gonna get a small boost on you.
Okay. So considering he's disarmed, I feel like he looks like less of a threat now. I'm trying to decide how much self-preservation Pitter Patter has, because I feel like part of the instinct is like, ooh, he dropped it. I should go get it.
It's like a right away, like, well, that was all I wanted.
Yeah. Yeah, I think I'm gonna do that. He's got the boost on me, and it's like I'm focused on the thing that I want, so I
Cool.
literally
So you're
run
gonna
up to him.
use your move action to basically
Oh,
just
dude,
start
wait.
running
What
over
if
to him.
that's the minor cost? Is now you have the aspect distracted by shiny toy.
I fucking love that. Yes. I love that
That's very
so much.
fitting.
That's really good.
It's like, ooh, mine.
Yeah, it's like it's not this bad guy is separated from his weapon. It's holding the buzzsaw like a puppy. The bad man can't hurt you anymore. My weapon is separated from the bad man. Yes, love that. So I'm gonna say just use your move action to put yourself next to him, I guess.
Yeah, I have done so. I'm there.
Great. He hasn't gone in combat, so I guess that's gonna be just his turn now.
Okay.
I think he's gonna see you approaching and like making your way towards the saw, and he's gonna cock his head like he's genuinely unsure of what he's looking at.
I'm literally running on like.
Are you not in the spider droid?
No, I got so excited. I just jumped up, ran to the.
Scrambling on all fours. Like
Yeah.
no, it's on four legs, then two hands still doing grabby hands.
Yeah.
Truly nature's perfect killing machine.
I want to be, yes.
I think he's just gonna try to kick you. I think you're at perfect kicking height right now.
Okay.
So just roll an opposed fight roll on this. Okay, so he's gonna get you unless you want to do anything about it.
I would like to do something about it because I feel like if he kicks me, he'll put me further away from my new shiny thing. I don't want that.
No, he's actually not gonna do that.
Okay.
I will remind you, you are fully capable of like if you absorb the 2 stress box here, that means you get to the shiny thing by just like you duck under his foot, but like, oh god, barely missed, right? Like that. But you can get to it next time. It just means you're gonna sacrifice the resource. But it doesn't at all impede you from your goal.
Yeah, okay. Whatever it takes to get the new shiny.
Great. I mean, it's flattens yourself out like a fucking honey badger as his foot just whiffs over you. Just as you get to it, and yeah, I'm gonna say you just have it now.
Cool.
Whose turn do you want it to be now?
Sorry, real quick. This means I have to mark off my second stress box?
Yes, that is correct.
I've done so. Now both of my stress boxes are marked.
Sweet. Oh, you already had a 1 stress?
Yes, from last time.
Oh my god. Okay, so the next time you get hurt, you're gonna start taking consequence.
Okay. I'm just gonna
So-
add buzzsaw to my inventory.
You can add buzzsaw to your inventory, and I'm gonna say that weapon has an aspect on it tied up with a bolas.
Okay.
If you want to use your action on one turn to untie it and then use it as a weapon, that's fine, but I'll make you take the turn unless you get a boost.
Okay.
Like if you just do so fucking well at something related to it, I'll let you just get the boost to doing that.
Okay.
But for now, you have it. Who do you want to go next?
Shark can go.
No, Shara's already gone this round.
Oh,
Who still can go?
I got confused.
It's been you, Kazron, Kanor. So you have Mira and Cole.
Mira
Oh,
can go.
Mira, yeah, it's Mira and Cole, and then in future rounds, technically the sheriff will be counted amongst, like the people who you have the option to tag in.
Okay. I choose Mira.
Dope.
Lit.
There you go.
The fuck you want to do about this situation?
I want to shoot a bitch.
For now.
Okay, you have a bitch who just tried to kick, your friend Pitter Patter. You have another bitch over there who, remind me again how he's doing versus Kazron?
Isn't he beating my ass?
Yeah, so he's whipping your ass as well. Over on the other side, you have another guy who's, yeah, that's the, oh my god, I forgot he had a chainsaw.
Mm-hmm.
And you have a third guy who's whipped.
For those in the chat, I posted a GIF of Stitch using the chainsaw from the movie.
Nice.
I wish to shoot the bitch that almost kicked Pitter Patter. That's 5.
Great. So,
Fives?
Yeah, not 5, but this 5.
hey, I'm
Wait,
gonna shoot 5. 5s? No, 5.
Yeah, right.
Great. So, go ahead. Are you shooting for damage, I'm assuming?
Yes.
Great. Go ahead, make your roll for it. I'm gonna say fuck it. He's gonna use his physique just to try and like muscle through this.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's gonna be hard to beat though.
What'd you roll? A 5. Oh my god.
Let's see here. Come on, you bitch. I'm going to commit unalive.
We're in the middle of a game. You can't do that.
Can't tell him what he can and can't do.
I
Let's
can. He just doesn't have
see.
to listen to me.
Uh-huh.
Fair enough.
Great, what can you do? He's gonna invoke his aspect well trained.
Mm-hmm.
He's gonna go for a reroll here. Like he's got some muscle on him. He's a member of like a semi-post-apocalyptic warlord tribe. He's got some schmeat on his bones. He's gonna attempt to reroll on this. All right, not better. So yeah, please mark off. Oh no, it's me. Let's see, it's 2. Yeah, so Mira, you see, you fire a blaster bolt. It hits him square in the chest, and he kind of punches over for a second and grits his teeth and kind of like just mans his way through it, and then looks up at you with a "you fucked up" look.
And I give him the equivalent of the finger.
Looks a little like, what the fuck is with all the kids in this town?
Out past curfew. Oh,
We had too much sugar!
not only that, but they interrupted our next candy run.
I know. How dare they?
Pretty
God.
much.
See soon. I now wield the buzzsaw. Soon it will be useful.
We're getting into the candy shop.
Ooh, good idea.
Wow.
One way or another.
Wow.
Okay, so is there anything else you wish to do?
I don't want to move from where I am, and I don't think there's anything else I can do.
Okay, so we're gonna go back to these people. I think number 3 is gonna get in the mix. Number 3 is gonna yell off to his friend and just be like, "For Goram's sake, just shoot him already!" And pull a blaster and attempt to shoot Pitter Patter. So please make an opposed whatever you want roll, but they're gonna just attempt to pop you.
I guess I'm gonna athletics to just try to roll out of the way because I'm not letting go of the buzzsaw. So just trying to roll with it.
Correct.
Yep.
My God.
This is mine.
Comedically, it's like shot fires to the left, jumps out of the way. Shot fires to the right. It's like, rolls out of the way. Third shot slams the buzzsaw blade into like the wooden deck, and just like balance beam, like the training horse in gymnastics, like swings up around it in slow mo as the shot barely grazes the top of your head. But like at no point does your hand actually leave the buzzsaw.
Yeah, this is mine now. It's like the 5-second rule, and I'm the one that picked it up. Mine.
Yeah, because if you let it go, it's no longer yours.
Yeah. At least until I get it into working order again, because then I fixed it and it's mine.
Possession is 11/10 of the law.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying. So if you put it down and he picks it up, it's his. Right now, it is legally yours. That's the law.
Yeah. Also, once I'm done here, I will put my name on it, so then it will permanently be mine.
Is that the rule on your planet? Is just the 2 things required for legal ownership? You have to physically have it in your possession, or your name is on it.
Yeah, I feel like that's a pretty safe bet because we probably follow in a lot of the same things.
Here's a question: if you leave it at home and then I break into your house and they just like file your name off it with some sandpaper, do I own it?
Why would you break into my house?
Because I wanted because if you look at this thing with
I don't
my
think they
name on
lock
it,
their doors.
well, it's like no. If you look at this car that I found in your garage, it has my name on it. So my car was in your house. That's why I broke in.
I feel like that would take some thinking about it because I feel like on their own planet they would also be willing to share things.
A jury of your peers being like, "Well, I was getting back my car." It's the jury's like, "Name was on it." That's a really good point. I hadn't thought of that. Some lawyer just like it's just Pitter in a suit. It's like leans over the other guy. It's like the prosecution, like fucking blowing this. He's got an ironclad case.
Yeah, it'd be a lot of things for Pitter to think about off their own planet. Because I feel like on their own planet they'd be willing to share, but people outside of their planet don't share as much. So Pitter has gotten much more territorial about things that they consider theirs.
I love it's like a handshake thing of like old like homeless old hippie boomer and then weird little gremlin creature is shaky hands in the middle of just like on a permanent wanderlust incapable of negative thoughts. That being you, Cole.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Just on a permanent wanderlust across the galaxy. What has he done? Who has sent something? Oh, it was not you. Let's see. Okay, so he attempted to shoot you. It didn't fucking work. Great. He's yelling out to his boys, right? He's like, kind of looks at something on his waist, as kind of yells out like, "We gotta wrap this thing." It's like we gotta wrap this thing up soon. The boys are gonna be calling us back any minute now. And you hear the one fighting Kazaron, just like just give me a second. I'll make quick work of this one over here. The one fighting Kanor, like cracks it, says nothing, but cracks his neck so loud that you hear it down the street. All the ones fighting like fully grown adult men, supremely confident in their ability to end the fight quickly and decisively. The one who's attempting to step on you like a bug, just like, I'm trying my best over here, it ain't working. What's going on?
Meanwhile, Peter is just like, something's not working. Focused completely on the buzzsaw, assuming it's that. It's like, I'm going to fix it.
Like, I'm working on it. Give me a second. Who do you want to go next?
Who do I want to go next?
Yeah,
There's
Mira.
only
Who do
one
you wanna go
person
next?
left.
Yeah. So it's Cole, correct?
Yeah.
Is me. Okay. So they're trying to wrap this up. We need a. Wait, you have one unconscious, right, Shar?
No, I got him on the and I'm trying to help him to the hospital because he got
So
shot.
he's not unconscious, but he is.
It's the one that got shot.
Okay, well, we have one prisoner that we can interrogate about what the hell's going on with these guys' raid. I'm more focused on what the stormtroopers are doing. Where are they at?
They are nowhere here. They have basically taken a side street, and have followed because like I said, the bulk of this invading force took a left further into town to another destination. The stormtroopers followed them.
Can I don't think I have a very good stealth, I'm not sure. But can I go see if I can figure out what's going on with that?
So you want to do basically like a notice check?
Yeah.
So you do want to actually leave the battlefield right now?
Yes, I want to like run down the street.
Okay.
The other part of town. I figure this place ain't that big. I could probably get there in one round, right?
Yes. I will say you can at least get to a point where you'll be able to roll a notice check to get any clue of what's going on.
Bug. Both investigate and notice is 0. I figured it's like a shootout going on. I figured the DC's not that high.
There is going to be a threshold here where, depending on what you roll, you will receive different information.
Okay, do you want me to roll now?
Yes, so all of you straight up see him just turn and run away from the fight.
What a loser.
I am going to spend
the sheriff is yelling back at you of just like you couldn't have taken my advice before we locked the goddamn town down when I told you.
I just yell back, maybe next time, Sheriff, and I start booking it down whatever side street it is.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm gonna invoke a fate point for my trouble aspect. Too curious for my own good.
Oh, that's so perfect.
Oh, there we go. I got a 2.
All right. Do me a favor also. Give yourself in your inventory a good noodle sticker for actually playing to your character's real personality. Again, good noodle stickers are quantifiably and mechanically worth nothing, but you'll always know you have
it. You're a good noodle.
You are a certified good noodle. But yeah, with a
really
2.
Stupid. There's an on the character sheet. There is the main tab. Then there's the abilities tab, which has stunts and powers, but also weapons, armor, gear, and currency. And then the third tab is inventory. that you could list all your inventory. Why the fuck did they do it like this? They really did not care about Fate when they designed this at all.
Nope.
I mean, listen, it was legitimately kind of the last thing on their mind.
That is a fair point. I think
Of
5
all
the other ones are more important than this.
Yeah, oh, 100%.
You don't really need a whole lot for this.
Yeah.
with the
Listen,
game,
after Elon buys D&D, and revokes the open gaming license, something tells me that services like this are going to get a lot more invested in designing content and software for third-party games.
I don't know. I live in the same town as the social media manager and apparently some of the other developers for this fucking program. So
I thought you were going to say I live in the same town as Elon Musk. I'm like, goddamn, how many villains live in your fucking town?
I ran into the social media manager for Smiteworks at an Olive Garden here in town, and it was a very cool experience. They were very nice, and because they came over because I was with my Amtgard group after the park, so we were all in our fucking nerd gear, and they sensed nerddom in us and came over to say hi. And they were very nice.
That's cool. It's a pretty rad thing they did.
Did you ask him, hey, want to help me try out my new voodoo doll?
What?
Yeah, I'm a little lost too. What is it referencing?
Oh, I thought you might be sticking your pins in the voodoo dolls of the developers who wrote this thing.
No. You know what? I did mention to her. I said, hey, is there any way you could ask them to switch the hit points from wounds to hit points properly? Like, is that a thing we can do eventually? For the 5e and 4e?
Oh my god.
It was very funny.
So
yeah, I got a 2 on my notice.
Great.
And if it would help, I do have high force sense. So if there's anything unseen to be gleaned here, I could roll that for you if you need.
I don't think what's going on is. I don't think what's going on is something that you pick up on a preternatural level. What I will say is this.
That's what I figured, yeah.
Definitely, you notice that they are in another. This is the main street of town, right? But there are definitely where you're all the fight is taking place on right now. That's where you're gonna get like your iconic western town of like the general store and the gun shop and things like that. But there are other like. There's stuff in town, not even to mention just like people's houses. Like people have stuff, right?
Sure.
Well, yeah, the reason I bring that up is because you notice with a 2, all the raiders that have their, hover skiffs and everything parked in this part of town that you're like rounding a corner kind of peeking at.
Where the Empire's trying to defend.
Yes. They don't have these like buzzsaws on their skiffs, and they are almost completely ignoring even some buildings that you're looking at that don't have these big blast shield things. They're sort of ignoring that, and they're using blasters to try and basically push through a defensible wall of stormtroopers that have posted up at what you can just kind of gain like the layout of the town you've got so far. Basically, the path that leads up to the governor's estate.
Okay, that's what I figured. Yeah, they're going after a specific target, not just looting.
The guy, and you see it's the bulk of like if there's 5 guys that came here, there's like 20 over there.
Okay, so there's like,
and they look like they have the better shit.
So there's like 4 times the amount of raiders in this section of the fighting, and the better equipped ones. Okay.
And the better equipped ones, and all of the Imperial forces have completely diverted around the entrance to the governor's estate. They don't seem to really be paying attention. Like, oh, let's do a phalanx and like box them in from the sides, or like we're gonna stand in a straight line and shoot, which is being fair. Their strategy for everything, but let's give them the benefit of the doubt here.
Would we do that?
Yeah.
So that's what you glean with the two.
Okay. So this governor is pretty popular with the non-townsfolk.
You could say that.
Deteriorating this letter is.
Hey guys,
Yeah.
I've got work in the morning, so I'm gonna pop out. But like, I don't have to go in combat again for till the end of the round, and I doubt you guys are gonna get there.
Yeah, because I was about to say it's getting to be 10 o'clock, and I got a really long day ahead of me tomorrow.
If you want, I am okay to end it at the top of the round here. Players, I've already designed yours. I designed it when I had a really bad cold, and I was watching clips of Warhammer 40k lore.
Nice. I bet it's amazing.
I elaborate no further, nor do I accept criticism.
Cool. I would also, like, given that's already in the works, I would also just like to say, what if Voltron?
What if?
Okay.
Yeah.
That's a question I ask myself frequently.
Yes.
All right,
stream.
What if people really wanted the voice actor for Finn the human to kiss a boy?
Possibility.
The voice actor for Finn from Adventure Time voices the main boy from Voltron, and it's really popular to ship him with one of the other boys from Voltron.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, that's because the show.
They're really cute together. Not
the show
gonna
was
lie.
gonna be something gay, and they were hyping it up, and then it turns out that it's just because one of the main characters had a husband at one point who died off screen, and they had one flashback about it, and it was never brought up